You don't need expensive gear to create content, and that's why in this video I'm sharing 7 items that I use on a daily basis, all which are under $100 and will help you with your content creation journey. Let's dive in and take a look. Now the first item will come as no surprise, and that is Adobe Express. It's less than $10 a month right now. So if you're looking to create content, Adobe Express has everything you need in there. Just look at this. I've created thumbnails, I've created Instagram Reels, we've got Instagram carousels that I can then split up and create content over. And I've got videos on all of this inside of my channel here, but I've also got things over on my blog. You can see here, we've got a blog on how you can schedule your posts in Adobe Express, and also the ultimate beginner's guide to Adobe Express. And then once you've actually created your content, one of my favorite things is how amazing the scheduler is inside of Adobe Express. You can just create your content, drag those items in, tell it where you want to do it. Then once you've actually got your post ready, you can come in, you can add to a post, a reel, a story. You can generate your captions and even add in a first comment and also tag people, all inside Adobe Express. And for less than $10 a month right now, I think is an absolute bargain. Now the next item is a simple phone grip. Now I'm going to assume that if you're starting out, you're probably going to be using your phone to create your content, but this camera grip from PGYTech is absolutely amazing. It just magnetizes onto the back there, but it's a 3-in-1 grip. What it does is it actually has a remote, so you can actually put this over on a tripod. It's got a 1/4-inch mount on here, and you can have a remote and actually then start taking pictures or video just by clicking on the remote. It also, if you have this on the back here, it'll actually detach the hand grip, so it has a little stand, so you can stand that up either horizontally or vertically. It also helps to kind of like hold on to things there as you're using that. And then the other thing that this does is it actually acts as a spare battery. So if you're running low creating content using your phone, then you can just activate this as a separate battery, and it'll actually charge your phone from the phone grip into your phone, giving you that little bit of extra power. And I will be dropping a link down below to my gear guide where you can download that full gear guide. There are some links down there. Sign up and grab that gear guide for yourself. It will include this as well as all the other gear that I'm going to be covering off here, plus some other gear that I use. Now the next item I have, and that is around the DJI Pocket 3. Now this is a great camera. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're actually talking about is this little section here, which is by Flymile, I want to call it. Now this is actually really useful because it has a magnetic section on the back. You can also attach it to like an Arca Swiss kind of like tripod if you wanted to. So it's got that option. It also will connect onto the magnetic mounts. So if you do have the magnetic mounts from, say, the Action 5 camera, which I also own, then you can just attach that on there, and then that attaches to that. You can attach it to the back there. It'll also attach to the front, and I've just lost my little stand for this, but it'll also attach to the front there and make sure that that's all there safe and secure. The other thing I like about this Flymile grip is it'll also allow me to just slide in there my DJI mic, which we're coming onto next, because those are amazing. But it's got a little cold shoe there that'll allow you to hold onto the mic whilst you're out and about if you wanted to. Now, with this, the Pocket 3, there are a bunch of other accessories that I use for that. So if you are using the Pocket 3, check out the full guide down below. But let's move on to the next item on the list. Now the next item on the list, because I do like these microphones, is the DJI Mic 2. There's also the DJI Mic Mini, which is a really great microphone. The DJI Mic 2 does internal 32-bit float recording, so that's really good to have a backup internally on the microphone. But I don't believe the DJI Mini does that. However, it is a smaller microphone and is really lightweight and portable. And the DJI mics will connect to the Pocket 3 and also the Action 5 camera. And also you can get a version which will come with a transmitter which will connect to your phone. So the DJI mics are really versatile and really useful. And if you're creating videos, you want a video with good audio. People can forgive kind of like lower quality video sometimes, but if you've got bad audio, then people generally will swipe away really quickly. Now the next item is a PGYTech card reader, but not just any card reader. This one is really useful because it does include a space for extra SD cards in there, extra micro SD cards, and also you can just open this up and you can input your actual SD card into the slot at the side, or the micro SD card into the slot at the side, and then transfer that either to your laptop, or even if you've got a USB port on the bottom of your phone, you can now import those images from an SD card directly into your phone or into any online storage that you want to use. And this is really portable, really useful. So many times I just kind of like just throw this into my bag, and it helps me realize that I don't have to worry about remembering like whether I've got my SD cards, because I just open this up, and once I've cleared off an SD card, it goes back in here. If it's not clear, it doesn't go in there. Now the next item I have here has saved my life so many times, and that is the humble power bank. If you're not traveling with a power bank as a content creator, then you're losing out. This one has a USB-C to USB-C cable. It has multiple ports on here, so I can charge multiple devices. It's also got a USB port, but most of my things these days are USB-C. So I can charge all of my cameras, my phone, and even the next item we've got coming on this list can be charged from this tiny power bank. Now this is a 10,000 milliamp power bank, and it has this really handy display, and when I actually attach something into this, it'll tell me how much power it's actually got left as well, and how long it's going to take to actually charge this. So there you go. As I've plugged that into my phone, you can see that that actually has now got a little time there counting down to say how long it'll actually last for. Now I'm actually powering or charging something up. So with having that extra display there, it just allows me to make sure I can just press the button on the side, make sure that I've actually got some power before heading out. And it's really small and lightweight and compact, and just comes in this little handy bag from Anker. Now the seventh and final item isn't something that you need as a content creator, but it actually, I find it really great to print out those extra memories. And by saying print, it is the Mini Retro 3 printer from Kodak. I absolutely love this printer. It's really good. You don't have to be worrying about like ink and things like that. It prints out really cool 3x3 images so I can take a picture on my phone, transfer it to the printer and print it out, and then give this to somebody if I wanted to. It's really handy there to just capture those memories and print them out without having to rely on something like a huge printer when you're back home, because sometimes all you want to do is actually print these out. Now this one does come with 2 extra print cartridges. So that's why I've included this, because the actual printer, when you take off the price of the print cartridges, comes to just under that $100 mark, but it does come to a little bit more when you buy a couple of extra cartridges. But the cartridges themselves, they work out, I think I worked it out around about 30 cents per print. So it actually comes out at a really reasonable price. It feels super retro, super useful, and as a content creator, I really like capturing those memories and sharing those and putting them in the post. As you can see, I've got some other images in my posters just up here. I do have a full guide down below of all of my content creation gear. So that's things from like the tripods, the magic arms, the extra little magnetic mounts, the DJI Action 5, how I'm using all that as a content creator and using it in my gear guide. I've put a link down below to that gear guide, so if you want to check that out, I'll put a link down in the description. And until next time, thank you very much and bye for now.